Hey, you're listening to and watching the Drew and Mia podcast show. I'm Drew.
And I'm Mia.
With this, and we are in hour 2 of our deluxe edition. Thank you guys for joining us again. Everybody, good evening, good evening, good evening. We have a great show for you guys for this hour. So make sure you're sharing, liking, subscribing, all of those things.
All of that.
Because we want to hear from you. We want to know how you feel about the topics that we're discussing. Reach out to us. Make sure that you have liked us and followed us on all of our social media at Drew and Mia Podcast Show, or visit us online, www.DreuxandMiaPodcastShow.com. What was going on, Miss Co-host?
Listen, you got it. I'm just living my golden life and my best life.
Not golden.
Baby, it's golden. Because in my life, it's roses and lilies every day, honey.
That's funny.
It's peace over perturbed. That's my new motto.
Come on, Jill Scott, living it like it's golden.
Yep, that's what I do on a daily basis.
I hear you. So we've done our hometown hero spotlight. Everyone loves it. We love just highlighting and spotlighting those who are making a difference in the community, in the world, all of those great things.
Yeah.
We've highlighted so many great people, organizations, whatnot. But this group is really special to me, Mia, because I'm a former educator. You know, I taught in Dallas for a very long time, right after leaving New Orleans for Katrina. So imagine trying to teach children when you're still suffering from depression and all kinds of stuff.
Got to be hard.
So it was challenging, but it was the most fulfilling and exciting time for me.
Yeah.
Working with, young kids and just being able to pour into them, into that next generation. So I have a very, very close connection to this group of people. And I'm talking about none other than our educators.
Ooh, woo.
I'm talking about educators in all aspects, in all field, all of that. We are highlighting and spotlighting educators across the world. So shout out to you. If you are an educator,
yes,
we love you. We honor
love
you. We appreciate your hard work, especially during this pandemic. I can't even imagine how you can be successful, effective, trying to teach online and all of that. Because every time I think about educators teaching online, I think about that video of the teacher. The video of the teacher who was trying to teach her kids, and then the mom walks in on the video butt naked. It was funny. But that's the reality. That's where we are. That's what educators are. So we have to highlight them, Mia. We have to shout them out.
I love them.
Educators, we love you. Thank you for pouring into the next generation. Even if you're not a popular educator, we still love you and still appreciate all that you're doing. So music teachers, science teachers, arts teachers, history teachers, everybody, special education, everything. Mia is very good with special education.
You got jokes.
Honor you. We love you. Thank you. So make sure you guys go to our social media where we will have a special presentation for our educators that we are highlighting. And if you know of an educator, or if you know of someone that deserves special recognition for whatever that they're doing in their school, their community, please make sure you reach out to us. Go to our social media at Drew and Mia Podcast Show, or visit us online and go ahead and leave the information in that contact form, and we'll make sure that we highlight them on one of our podcasts. www.DreuxandMiaPodcastShow.com. What's going on in Tea Time, co-host?
Listen, honey, we have a plethora, honey, of cups of tea here for tea time. So I want to talk about the Ashanti and Keisha Cole versus battle.
It was a disaster.
Oh my God, it was trash.
I didn't even watch it. I just saw the response from everybody.
So many people laughed at them, like while they were doing it. People were laughing and saying,
"Who even said that's for them to do it? Who gave them permission?"
I don't know, but it was trash.
God.
Then when they first got started, Ashanti was like doing her hair, and so Keisha was like, "Well, who gonna go first?" And so Ashanti was like, "You go first," and Keisha was like, "No, sis, you go first." So they going back and forth for who gonna go first.
Lord,
listen, y'all supposed to be Grammy winners. Like y'all doing the verses. Like if you confident in your work,
did they win a Grammy?
Yeah, I think Ashanti have won the
really?
Grammy. Yeah,
wow.
Ashanti have written some good songs.
Like what?
She wrote that song. She wrote the hook on her and Ja Rule's song.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
Dun, dun,
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun,
Okay.
something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Keisha Cole songs, like if somebody else sang them, then it would be cool. But Keisha is in her own lane, and people love
Yeah.
that ratchet, raspiness of her
Mm-hmm.
voice. People love that hood. So, but they both did their thing, and it was just trash. And I laughed.
Yeah, I
And
saw the response. I was like, I'm not even wasting my time.
listen, if I didn't have to watch this trash for what I do, I would not be watching it. But of course, it is my job to be in the know.
Oh,
So I
wow.
was like, I want to see what everybody is saying. And they were like booing them and was like, one person said, this was the worst hour of my life. Like,
Right.
I don't know why I watched this. I thought it was going to get better. And it was just a train wreck.
I don't
Kind of
know
like,
who said it was okay for them to do it.
it was crazy. I think Keisha did it for a check because they get the little money from it. But
Yeah, but I mean, it's ruined their credit.
yeah,
That is
because
awful. We see how you all perform in this type of atmosphere. Like, come on, this is not working out.
but that's just like the Weekend and his thing. Did you
Oh
see
yeah,
the show? I was like, they need
that
to
was a
rename
disaster.
him Monday Morning
Right,
because
that was a disaster.
the Weekend's supposed to be lit. With a name like the Weekend, you're supposed to be lit. You're supposed to give us a show. And I was just like, now I'm not even into sports. Okay.
Hmm.
So I basically got cute to go to the party and eat and watch the halftime show.
Right, that's most people do. Watch the commercials and the
Halftime
halftime show.
show.
Yeah,
I was like, what is he doing? He is trying to rebirth Michael Jackson because he had on a whole Michael Jackson outfit. His hair looked like he had blow dried it without a comb. I
oh
was
my
like,
God.
what is going on, sir?
I
Like,
was hoping that he had other people that was gonna, be special guests or whatever. It was just a disaster.
who would you have chosen to do halftime show?
That hasn't already done it?
Yeah.
I would like to see like a combination of like a Jennifer Hudson, like would just go through the whole thing. Michael McDonald, like bring on Michael McDonald, Kenny G. You could have some sax up in there, like it just.
No. I want to dance. Like, that for me, they could have had Boosie Badass.
No,
I love me some Boosie.
Boosie in too much trouble.
Listen, they could have had a cool rapper. They could have had
That's what I'm saying. Mix
Jasmine
it up.
Sullivan.
Yeah. Well,
They
she
could-
opened up.
but they should have had her do the show.
Her was there too.
I mean her, not her. But even her could
Yeah.
have done it. You know what I'm saying? Anybody but the Weekend, he did not give me what I was looking for.
He
And
didn't
I
give
was so
nobody.
sad. I was so sad about that because I'm like, I done got dressed up and cute, thinking I finna sing the song.
That's why I thought he would have others join him to kind of spruce it up a little bit because everybody was concerned when Bruno Mars was the headliner.
Bruno Mars showed out.
But Bruno Mars showed out, and he also had special guests come and join him to help build up the excitement.
Have Cardi B done it?
I don't think so.
They could
I don't think they've had.
could have Nicki Minaj done it.
No, I don't think so.
They could have had Nicki, Cardi. They could have had anybody.
He could have. He
else.
could have featured them on something just to give it some life. Because I
Yeah.
mean, it was a snooze fest.
Yeah, I'm like,
It
where
was
would
a
they get
snooze
the
fest.
Weekend from?
How do you guys feel? Did you watch the Super Bowl halftime show? How did you feel about it? Let us know how you felt about that halftime super show.
Please let
super
us know.
Halftime Super Bowl show with the Weekend. How do you guys feel about it? Because it was a snooze fest for me. Like
Me too.
I literally took about 5 or 6 naps the whole time. The whole night, the game was boring. The halftime show was even more boring. Me and Ava took about 6, 7 naps that whole
Did y'all
time.
sleep the
We
whole
slept.
time?
I dozed off. I'm like, dang, it's the second quarter.
I ate me by 10 pounds of crawfish.
We didn't even have crawfish.
Oh, I ate up a storm.
Why y'all didn't call me?
I don't know.
Wow, you see how they do? You see how they do?
You wasn't coming no
They had
way.
crawfish and
He
then
ain't
called me.
coming no way.
I'll come from crawfish.
No, because you are so he is Mr.
Good
COVID.
crawfish, I'll come.
Mr. COVID himself is not going around.
Yeah, I would have been
nobody.
way on the other side eating my
Yeah.
crawfish though. Wow.
Being antisocial. We would have kicked you out.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was a
No,
snooze
but the
fest.
Weekend was just it should
Trash.
have been Monday morning. It should have been named Monday
Yeah,
morning.
Monday morning.
Lord have mercy. But yeah, I did see, so it was definitely a snooze fest.
Yes, definitely. And then, so my other news here is I don't know if you guys saw the man that came in a church and shot his girlfriend. Did you see that?
So I read some of the story.
I'm like,
But it's not unheard of. I've seen situations like that before. In fact, it even happened when we were in church one time. But this was a few years ago. the woman was a member of Beacon Light in New Orleans. So of course she was coming to church. She was, growing spiritually.
Yeah.
Like, you know how when you're growing spiritually, you make different changes and life-changing decisions. So she ended up putting the boyfriend out because of what Bishop Brewster was teaching and encouraging, people to do. So he got mad at the fact that she was listening to Bishop Brewster. So he came to church one Sunday and wanted to fight Bishop Brewster. So he went up to the front altar and was like standing there trying to get Bishop Brewster to come off the stage so they could fight. Well, of course, security came and hauled his ass off.
Yeah.
But it happens. It happens a lot. Like we see it in the news over the years that men come to church because the woman is, trying to grow or whatever. She's making decisions. She puts them out. She's trying to move on with life. Or if it's a situation where a woman decides that she doesn't want to be bothered with him anymore and he knows she's going to be at church, then of course he's going to go there to try to do harm to her because he doesn't care.
That's just horrible. Like, we are living in times where we now need metal detectors in church.
We need metal detectors in schools, churches, grocery stores, everywhere.
And
no place is safe.
Everybody needs to have a license to carry.
Absolutely.
Because I don't play that. Like, you walk up on me, I'm going to shoot you and ask questions later.
That's
I don't
what I'm
play them
saying.
type of games, especially when you see this kind of stuff happening.
Right.
This woman is up singing praise and worship, and her boyfriend comes in the church and shoots her. Like, that is just ridiculous.
That's
and then
what
you
I'm
can
saying.
hear the people screaming and yelling and like, oh my God. And when I read it, I was just like, this is some craziness.
That's when you just don't care. You don't care about nothing and nobody, and you're just at the bottom. You hit the rock bottom. You hit rock bottom. That's all I can really say.
But I feel so bad for the lady.
It reminds me of the shooting in South Carolina with the pastor.
Texas. They had a thing
and the shooting in Texas too. But I think that was a little different because he was a criminal running from the police or whatever. So he used the church as a shield and ended up killing the people there. But this situation, he specifically went to the church to kill her. Because she was, I guess, ready to move on. She didn't want to be bothered with him anymore. And he's like, well, if I can't have you, nobody can. And I said, when it gets to that point, fellas, it's just time to go. Like, it's just time to go. Nobody's worth losing your life over, and nobody's worth killing over. Like,
ain't nobody worth
I don't get it. I don't get it.
But my tea time is really for the shapopping. So y'all know I always say that for y'all for the end. So honey, let me tell you, do you have go and get your cup and sip it like you got some tea? Because honey, for what I finna tell, go and do it for the vine. What I finna tell you, so Miss Erica Campbell, I don't know if you read about this
not
story.
My girl Erica.
It's good.
Okay.
So Miss Erica Campbell made a post about 3 weeks ago. I don't know if you saw it.
No.
But she said, men of the cloth, pastors, you need to be mindful at the things that you like on social media because other people can see it. So if you're a man of the cloth and you married, you shouldn't be going on other women's Instagram, liking them and having more female friends than you do than male friends.
What's wrong with that?
Well, I'm going to tell you what's wrong with it. Because if you are a pastor and you represent holiness and you're married, you liking a bunch of stripper pictures, that ain't cool.
Well, y'all would get upset if we didn't compliment you. So you can't have it both ways.
Nah, you know that's
you can't have it both ways.
He know that that's a crock of BS, and
you can't have it both ways.
He know that ain't right. And I wish my husband.
So he can't compliment another woman?
He can definitely compliment another woman. However, at the time, we did not know who Erica Campbell was talking about. So then later on, about 3 days ago, find out that Pastor Aaron Sneed is liking not only stripper pages, but he is liking some male pages too. And so, the people are gossiping and talking about that. My issue with that is you have to be mindful, whoever you are. If you're a celebrity, if you are a hood celebrity, if people know you in your town for being great at a thing, you have to be mindful at how you conduct yourself, what you operate in on social media, outside the world. You just can't be liking a bunch of stuff.
So did she specifically call his page?
She didn't.
Okay.
She didn't call him out because Erica Campbell is very classy.
Yeah.
She's not going to be reading people, but people are saying now that she was prophetic in saying that because it just just came out the blue. She was just like, listen, FYI pastors, men of the cloth, y'all need to be mindful of these pages that you're liking, because people don't understand. When you like a certain group on Facebook, we know it. It lets us know that, oh, this person like this, any kind of group. If it was a Texas Black women's group and you went and liked it, if I see that on my feed, it's going to show me that you liked it. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. So if you're liking a page that's dedicated to strippers, or if you're a pastor and you're talking about you don't support homosexuality and you liking the LGBT post, people looking at you sideways, because now you're not really doing what you preach and teach about. And so she was just saying out the blue, listen, y'all need to not do that because it's not a good look. And let me tell you something. A lot of these wives, they don't say nothing, but because I'm friends with them and I'm cool with them, I get it on the back end. They don't like their husbands doing that. And for me, I would just shut it down. Unlike most women, I'm not as sensitive like that, but my husband is not going to blatantly disrespect me either and be liking hundreds of strippers pages. Like when you go to a pastor's page and the majority of his friends is strippers, that's a problem.
No, yeah, that's
crazy.
That's different. But I mean, I can't really see that being the case.
That has been
But
the case.
who is actually monitoring the pastor or whoever? Who's monitoring who they like and all of that on social media?
They wives do. And again, when you when you like certain groups, other people can see it.
Yeah, you can see sometimes if you see a photo, you'll see that so-and-so that you all share in common. You'll see that they like that photo or whatever too. I have seen that. But what I'm saying is, like, it's just so many. If you're talking about a popular post or a popular picture with thousands of likes, like, how do you, like, pinpoint that pastor like this photo?
Because it'll say at the top, it'll say, Drew like this, Alyssa like this, and you like this. It'll say that, especially if I'm looking at it maybe a few minutes after you have already liked it.
So the algorithms. Okay.
Yes, that's how it will come up. And at the time, Erica, I do believe that she was talking about this particular pastor, but didn't say anything.
Now, who's Pastor Everson?
Basically a nobody to me. He's
Okay.
not in the Church of God in Christ. So if you're not in the Church of God in Christ, you're not really.
Oh, wow.
You know, you're
Wow.
nothing to me.
The
You know.
Dreux and Mia podcast show do not support the views and you know what they say on the stuff.
Yes, these are my views. But listen, he was outed, and the bloggers are talking about the fact that he's liking not only stripper pages, but he's liking gay men pages as well. And so now they're trying to put
Somebody
that
just
stigma.
somebody got too much time on
Well,
their hands.
I mean, when you do this thing, you do this thing.
Yeah, but I mean, just to sit there like, oh, let's see what Pastor Ernestine gonna like today. Like,
You
y'all ain't got
don't
nothing else to do.
sit there and do that. I'm telling you how it came up.
Yeah,
And I
but even
think-
if you're just scrolling and you see it,
Exactly. And I think that once that was noticed, like, oh, he like that, then people go back and be like, oh, let me see what else, he been doing. This is a pastor. And again,
so you
can't
can
get
see
up-
all of that. I didn't know
Yeah,
that.
You can go back and see.
You can go and see
You can
how
see
who photos another person liked.
You can't go back and do that. On Instagram, you can see who people are friends with.
Right.
And so on Instagram, you can go to their page and see what they all about. So if you have a man of the cloth that, and in this particular case, he did have more women friends than he did males.
What if he was trying to talk to them and mentor them?
Something is wrong with you.
Like, y'all just gonna
He
bash
don't
him
want to
'cause he-
get it. So here on the Dreux and Mia podcast show, we speak the truth.
Y'all just
and
gonna bash
as
him.
y'all can see, my co-host, he doesn't want to understand the truth. He wants
They
to
always
make up
think the
excuses.
negative of people. What if he was friends with the strippers
No.
because he was trying to mentor them and
He ain't
lay
trying-
hands on them?
He is trying to lay hands. He is trying to lay hands.
I'm just saying.
He is trying to lay hands and turn off the lights. That's what
Sometimes you
he's
gotta
trying to
turn
do.
the lights off so you can focus on God. Is what I'm saying.
Listen,
That's what I'm saying. Y'all just think the worst in people. Y'all don't give nobody the benefit of the doubt.
you can give him whatever credit you want to, but honey, he has been found out. All his tea has been
So
found
his
out.
wife got mad at him. She spilled the tea.
I don't know who. We don't know who spilled the tea,
Mm.
but the tea has been spilled. It's dripping wet. The paper towel picked it up, and then
I hope it's Bounty.
Yeah, no, it wasn't Bounty
Oh,
because
the
it
cheap
ran.
Walmart one?
Yeah, it ran all on the floor,
Oh,
and
wow.
then other people had to start picking up the tea off the floor. Honey, his wife. These women know. But they like, okay, am I gonna
That's
risk?
why I won't be friends with nobody I'm talking to. I don't want them to be my friend on social media.
Why? Because you don't want them to
No, I
know your
don't know. I
business.
don't want you watching what I'm doing. And all that.
Something's wrong with you.
That's like an invasion of privacy.
That's not an invasion.
That's like
That's
if
your
they
partner.
yeah, but that's like them having watching you on your phone. Like that's the same difference to me.
What?
It's the same difference if you are friends with your lover, husband, wife, whatever, on social media, and you allow them to have access to. It's the same as them having access to your phone, your contacts, all of that, text.
What
all
is
of that.
wrong with that if you're not doing nothing?
It's just an invasion of privacy.
Something is wrong with you.
I want to know. That's my privacy.
Is that why you're alone?
I got Avril.
I want to. No, Avril is not a significant other. We
She'll
want you
do.
to get no. I want you to get married and experience love
And waste
have
money?
good-
Hell no.
That's not a waste of money.
And waste my hell no.
We got to talk about this on. We have to
Well,
get
if you
Drew
pay
hooked
for
up.
it, if you pay for it, I'll do it.
What am I gonna pay for?
The wedding.
Boy, you. First of all, we have to have you a partner first.
I could do it by myself.
No, you can't, cause y'all be done broke up in
Well,
3
I'll
months.
marry God. I'll marry Jesus.
Oh my God.
You can pay for that one.
Oh,
I'm gonna
pay for
remarry
that?
Jesus.
Oh, well, that's cheap. All you gotta do is go to the altar and repent and say, Lord, I take you as my Lord and
But I
Savior.
want a
Jesus.
nice ceremony. I want to dress nice in a nice tuxedo
For
and
you to-
rededicate myself to you know how we do.
Oh, well, go. That's fine. I ain't gotta pay for that. It's cheap.
Well, you got to pay for my tuxedo. You got to pay for my limo. You got to pay for the reception.
for you to rededicate your
Yes.
life to the Lord.
Yes, if you're gonna do it like a wedding.
Somebody, please pray for
I'm
me.
just saying, you want me to get hits, you got to pay for it.
No,
I ain't wasting my money.
I have to see an actual person up there. We're not marrying
Fine,
you to
I'll
no
go to
spirit.
Bissonnette and find somebody just so you can pay.
Oh, you gonna find you a prostitute? Cause
You ain't
y'all know what
specified.
Bissonnette is.
You ain't specified.
I'm gonna put you on a dating app.
No.
Why? I
Because
think
we
that'd be fun.
just saw in the news that the woman was killed and assaulted from meeting somebody that she met online in person.
Now we know ain't nobody gonna assault you.
You never know. What if she like 6'7" and she a
Ooh.
sumo wrestler?
We gonna leave her there. Just drive off like, oh, you got the wrong
What if
person.
she's 6'7" and a sumo wrestler? I ain't about to
No.
fight her.
Just leave her.
Well, she could catch me.
No, she can't. She's 6'7" and a sumo where she can't run.
Well, that means she might be. You never know.
We gonna get Drew hitched one of these days. But listen,
Online dating. No. It's too many horror stories with that
we
online
gotta
dating.
find you somebody. You
Jesus
ready
ain't
yet?
never married.
What? You not Jesus?
I'm like him though.
No.
The song
no.
says be like Jesus.
Oh my God.
So I'm gonna be like Jesus. Don't get married. Keep all my money to myself.
But the Lord intended for a man to
Well,
have
why
a
he ain't
woman.
made
That's
Jesus
why he
get
made
married?
Eve.
And we all know that story. It didn't end so well.
Do y'all see how this battle goes?
It didn't end so well.
Lord
She ate
have
the fruit
mercy.
that like she ain't eaten the whole lifetime. She gonna eat the fruit like she wasn't about to eat dinner and just ruined everything.
Is that what it is?
That's what happened. That's what my Bible says.
Listen, I'm not gonna argue with him no more. I just want to let y'all know this tea time is sponsored by Houston Cafe. Houston Cafe, we love you for sponsoring our tea time here at the Drew and
She
Mia
trying to get me
Podcast Show.
married.
Honey, you need somebody. Everybody needs somebody.
I'm good.
Oh,
I
okay.
love myself. Avril's there to keep me company. Xander
A
and Lacey's
dog.
there to keep me company.
Dogs.
They got people who love their dogs like they with somebody.
And these people are cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
That's
too.
not true. Don't say that.
Yeah, if you take
They're
your
there
dog
for
over a
companionship.
human, that's
Because
crazy.
dogs don't let you down. Humans do.
You need to heal. We see here at the Drew and Mia
Dogs
Podcast
don't
Show.
disappoint you unless they pee and poo on the floor when they're not supposed to.
Pray for the co-host. He needs to be healed.
I told her the deal is if she pays for the wedding, I do. I'll go to Bissonnette and get somebody.
I sure ain't paying for that. I sure ain't paying for that.
Well, you ain't specified. Oh, so our question of the week. It's a very good question. If you
Okay,
ask
come
me.
on. I'm ready. I'm happy about this.
So, are you obligated, and this is for our social media people, all of our people watching, are you obligated to buy a gift for someone for Valentine's if you all just started dating in January? That's the question of the week. So I need you all to let me know. The question again, are you obligated to purchase a gift for someone for Valentine's Day if you all just started talking in January? Like I say, hell to the no, because it's too soon. I don't know you like that. We could break up the day after, so I'm not about to waste my money. But everybody might have a different opinion. I know the women gonna say, "Well, yeah, because he should have my candy and my flowers and all of that." But I say no. So, co-host, what you say?
Listen, I say that something is wrong with you because you are so frugal.
I'm just saying.
First
I'm not
of
wasting
all-
my money,
First of all,
and that's that on that.
I think that if you are just dating someone, okay, and so it's February the 9th, and you just met them when? January the 9th? So we want to say you met them 30 days
We
ago.
could say January the 9th, yeah.
Okay, I think that it should go based on the chemistry that you both have. You both will know if you are at a level to want to do that. And for you to just flat out be like, no, I'm keeping my money because, we don't
keeping
know
my
each other.
money.
Even if you have a nice gesture and buy some flowers, even if it's a nice gesture with a teddy bear, what is that going to hurt? Why are you
I'm not
so...
wasting my money.
What is wrong with you in this? That's why you are single.
Listen. I got to buy dog food for Avery.
Oh my God.
I got to buy dog food. Listen, I just spent $500 just this weekend. I ain't allowed to waste my money on that too.
So do you think a dog will bring you more companionship than a person would?
Yeah, absolutely.
I want to know why.
Because they are fun to have. They love you. Avery's very, she's what's the word I want to use? She's very dedicated to me. She's always by my side. She don't disappoint me unless she's pulling and peeing, and I say don't do that. But I mean, she's young.
So I take it a person has disappointed you, and you feel like all
I've
people
been
are like
disappointed multiple times. So
But-
if we go with your theory, then how much
Okay.
should you spend?
that. Well, this is just me. And first of all, I believe that you attract the type of people that you want to be around. So for me in my life, I've never dated a person that was not generous with their money.
Wow.
I never did because I like gifts. That's my love language.
So
I've
do you
taken the
give good
test.
gifts too?
I do give good
Okay.
gifts. I do give good gifts because just the thought of me going to buy a good gift for you, it makes me happy to even give it to you. So in my case, I've dated somebody and we exchanged gifts in a short amount of time. I think it was like, well, when I met my husband,
I can agree, Brandy. So Brandy said, I don't think you're obligated, but it is a nice thought or gesture. I mean, I get it, but it's still too soon for
I'm
me.
going to just say, if I was dating somebody for 30 days and Valentine's Day came around and they did not give me a gift, it would be a problem for me.
That's what I'm saying.
It would definitely be a problem for me because we're in the early stages.
Very early.
Very early. I would give them something because this is the foundation. This is what you do. And
But you just started.
But let me explain. When you really get into your relationship, into your marriage, like for me and my husband, we don't have to do nothing for Valentine's Day because he does things for me all the time. So that's why I'm going back to what you used to when we met. Like the second day back then, that's when you remember those pink razor phones?
Yeah.
When we met, those pink razor phones had just came out.
Okay, the
So
Motorola.
The Motorola.
Yeah.
I had met my husband, I think, on a Friday at a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
And that Tuesday, he had bought me a razor phone. Like at the
Wow.
time, it was like a $400 phone.
Was it on his cell phone plan or was it like a prepaid phone?
No, it was on his cell phone
Okay.
plan. He put it on his cell phone plan and
Wow.
everything.
Wow.
And he had bought me a ring thereafter. He had put money in my bank account. Like he was doing things like that for me. But
And how long y'all was together?
not even a week. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Yeah, like it
Did
was
y'all
like
hear
a-
that? Did
It
y'all
was not
hear
even
that?
a week because when he met me, he said he knew that I was his wife. But I've never dated a man that did
If
not
I had
have
a dollar for every time a woman said
what.
that, she thought I was her husband.
No, but this
I have a
time he
dollar.
told me, he was just like, you're my wife. And at the time I laughed at him because I didn't want to be married. I wanted to be a player. Like I'm going to tell you my life.
See what I'm saying?
I wanted to own a condo downtown.
Wow.
And I knew I wanted to
Downtown Houston?
have, yes, 2 or 3 boyfriends. And I felt like, I was going to be a boss. And I was just going to, you know me, I'm honest, I'm transparent. And so when he met me and told me, you going to be my wife, I laughed at him because I don't want to get married. I was young. I had just got out of a relationship with a woman. I had been gay for all these years. And so here this man comes to my, you going to be my wife. And I'm like, what? But he wooed me. He took me out. Like we went out almost every other night to like dinner. So he was spending a lot of money on me, and that got me. that like hooked me because gifts is my love language. But when I began to like know him and really understand like how sweet he was and how compassionate and how giving he was, then cause people lie about this all the time. They lie about stuff like this.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie. When I got married, I don't feel like I was actually in love. I don't feel like that. People marry for love. You should not marry only for love. You should marry for, can you build a business with them? Can you build a life with them? Like, I look at other things. Can I have a family with you?
Yeah.
Like, can you take care of things? And I knew that he had checked the box in all those other areas. And I won't say that I didn't love him, and that I was not head over heels for him, but I was not like deeply and madly in love. That came later.
Right. Yeah.
Why? Because I had a good foundation, and my mother showed me. And then you have to look at this too, Drew, when you're asking that question. It depends on how the person grew up and what they saw. I saw my grandfather shower my grandmother with gifts. I saw my mother got a brand new car every 2 years without fail. Every 2 years, my mother got a brand new car.
But that came from a husband, though.
I'm just telling you the background in which
Yeah,
I
right.
saw.
I get what you're saying.
So I think that if you want a man to shower you with things, you are with what you attract. And just for me, I feel like I don't care if it's 30 days. I don't care if I've been dating you 2 weeks. Just for me, I would buy a gift. I would get that person a gift.
And how much would you spend?
I probably wouldn't spend over $100.
Wow.
I wouldn't.
And then you would expect them to spend about that much.
I would expect a nice gift because I'm a nice woman.
Well, I thought if it's the thought that counts, then anything I give you is going to be nice.
I never said the thought that counts. I said that in the beginning, if you don't want to spend a lot of money, you can do a nice gesture. I'm saying for you. For me, I'm not a girl. I don't need flowers and candies and stuff. I'm not that girl. I don't want no teddy bear, honey. Go buy me a ring. Give me a fat check, honey. Buy me a Louis Vuitton bag. Like, that's the kind of, and he knows what I like. That's why you have your partner. Communication is key. And I think also, I'm going to say this. If you're ever in that situation, I think you should talk about it. You're dating somebody, talk about, hey, what do you think about us exchanging gifts?
Listen, dating in this time frame.
Something is just wrong with you.
These new millennials, Lord have mercy.
Something is just wrong with you.
Dating over 30 is just dead. Ain't gonna happen.
You a millennial. Well, no,
you know, I'm on the borderline.
Yeah, I'm on the borderline.
But I never really knew, you know, in New Orleans, when you say, let's go out to eat, that means everybody was going to pay for themselves. But in Texas, it means you supposed to pay because you initiated
Absolutely.
I'm like, how that work?
Absolutely.
I just said, let's go out to eat together. Everybody pay for their own food.
So if you ask me to go out to eat, you feel like I'm supposed to pay for my food.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Then I would never go out to eat with you again.
If you eat like a horse, I'm not about to spend $300.
And that's why I don't have friends like that. And that's probably why me and you don't go out to eat. Because when my friends...
Well, we don't go out to eat because of COVID. I'm not about to eat
When my friends ask me to go out to eat, this how we do it. We'll plan it. Okay, y'all, or we'll say we'll get together. Mm-hmm. And when we go out to eat, sometimes I'll pay. Sometimes this one will pay. Sometimes that one will pay.
Now that's fine.
Or sometimes we'll split. We don't do, you had the $9.99 chicken tenders and you had the $7.99. We don't...
Got the receipt. That's where the term look at the receipts go from.
I can't do it. So we'll see, okay, if the bill is $300 and it's 5 of us, we're gonna split the bill five ways. Yeah, that's how we do it. But I feel like if a man asks me out to eat, you better be ready to pay for it. And I have the mentality. So
you don't like going Dutch?
I'm never going Dutch. If I go out to eat with my best friend, George Bratcher don't make me pay for my meal, baby. Get George on this line. Somebody tag George Bratcher don't make me pay for my... If me and George go out to eat, George pays for it.
Yeah.
And I have to, if I pay for it, I have to go ahead and pay without him knowing. Because that's the type of people I attract. If I'm around my brother and me and my brother go out to eat, my brother don't let me pay the bill. For me, that's how I grew up, around those type of men. So I don't even have friends that's males that be like, oh, Mia, let's go get something to eat. And they don't even offer. Now you offer, and I may say, no, friend, I got it. But George Bratcher don't never let me go out to eat.
If I invite you and I offer, then of course that means I'm paying for it. But if I'm saying, well, let's go grab lunch, you automatically assume that means I'm going to pay. When I just say, let's just go grab lunch.
Well, yes, because for me, because that's how I am.
Right.
But I won't always allow the person to. Now, I will pull out my card a bunch of times and I'll let the person say, no, I'm paying for it. But at least I will. And some people you have to do that with and let them know, I don't need you to pay for it. I got
Yeah, but we're
it.
talking about the ones that don't. We're not talking about people like you that will pay,
There are
over
plenty
time.
of those, and I've had that, and that's why you get to the point to where you like, okay, I learned my lesson. I had a friend, and I think I
Yeah.
told you about that. We went out to eat, and he was ordering. I never forget. We went to Papados.
Mm-hmm.
He ordered the Papa's seafood platter. This Negro ordered dessert. He had about 3 drinks, and then gonna slide me $10. Talking about all I got is $10, and his bill alone, I know was
It's
like 80
100.
something,
Right, it
not
has to be 100.
$100. Plus, you got to include the tip. I don't go out to eat with people that don't tip, and I don't play that foolishness. Well, friend, I ain't got but this. No, because you should have told me that before we left, and I went ahead and paid for it because you're never gonna embarrass me. You ain't nobody never finna embarrass me in no restaurant.
So the question is, are you obligated to buy a gift for someone for Valentine's Day if you just started talking to them in January?
Yes.
So you've been talking less than a month, whatever, about a month or so. Are you
Buy a gift.
obligated? Do you feel obligated? Should you buy a gift for someone? I say no. Mia said yes. That's why we ain't together.
Ain't he cheat?
She said that's different. I know, Exactly, Kelly. Exactly.
What Callie say?
Kelvin said that's different. If you know, bro, and you'll do what you feel is necessary.
I agree with Kelvin.
Yeah, I mean, I get it, but that's what I'm saying. Just because I invite you doesn't mean that I'm gonna automatically pay. I'm just saying let's go together as a group, as a duo, together to go out and grab something to eat. Not that I'm gonna cover the bill every time we go out. But you're talking about something different. I'm talking about the people who don't
Who
like
take
to pay.
advantage.
You take advantage. Yeah,
I
yeah.
get that.
Like the people who pull out $10 and they bill $100. Like no. We're not
that
about to do
ain't-
that.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the ones that don't feel that they should ever have to pay because they're the woman or whatever. They're not for that. So that's the question. We want to hear from you. Make sure you go to our social media at Drew and Mia Podcast Show. Let us know what you think. The question again is: are you obligated? Do you feel obligated to buy a gift for someone for Valentine's if you all just started talking in January? Like, is that too soon or is that long enough? Let us know how you feel. Go to DreuxandMiaPodcastShow.com. Let us know how you feel about that. But that's a really good question. I mean, I see people talk about that all the time.
Yeah.
I've seen women even talk about them, paying for dinner and inviting a guy out and
Absolutely.
them paying for dinner, but someone that they just met. And I thought that was interesting because you don't really hear that,
And I
especially
agree
for
with
us, for our age group. You don't really hear that, but it was interesting to see that she was fine paying the bill and covering the bill because she, takes care of herself. She has money,
Yep.
so it's not gonna set her back any. But I just thought that was cool. Like, okay, so she's one of those contemporary chicks where
Just
it
to
don't
let
phase her.
men know, I don't depend on you to
Right,
do
right,
it.
right. That
And
was the
some
message.
men need that.
That was
Some
the message.
men need to know, okay, you don't just want me for my money, or you just don't think that I'm here as a bank. Some men need that, and I think that that's very appropriate.
Right.
I don't have nothing wrong with that. I think that that's nice that she did that. I would do that.
Yeah,
You know?
I agree.
I think it's
I mean,
cool.
I think it's cool if a woman wants to pay. That's cool. But that's that. So let us know how you feel. Go to our social media at Drew and Mia Podcast Show. Let us know how you feel. So what you're watching, the new spring lineup has been announced. Mia, there's a lot coming out. There's a lot of TV I'm gonna be watching. There's a lot of recording I'm gonna be doing. But for this spring lineup, my favorite show is 911. And there's 911. Yeah, 911. It's in LA. So they have 911 LA, and then they have 911 Lone Star, which is actually filmed in Austin, Texas.
Okay.
So it's a little different from the LA. It's not as exciting, but it's okay. But the 911 LA, which stars Angela Bassett,
I gotta watch
Hen,
that.
I forgot the other actress' name, but she's well known, bald head, beautiful black female actress. She's also in the cast is just awesome. There's a diverse cast. You got Asian, you got white, you got black. Everybody's in there. It's great. 911 is a little different, I guess, because they're trying to depict what life is in Austin.
Right.
And it's not predominantly black or whatever. It's not really as diverse as LA is. So their cast is a little different. I think that's why it's not as exciting, because they don't have like a diverse cast like the LA. But I definitely recommend checking out 911.
Okay.
Comes on Mondays on Fox. Check your local listings, because it comes on different times on the Fox network. But definitely check it out. 911 Lone Star and then 911 Los Angeles. I love it. I love it. I love it. Of course, there's also, we've seen and heard that Coming to America will be launched out in March.
Yes.
We're looking forward to that. I'm talking about, I've seen some of the reels. They're very funny. To see Arsenio and Eddie, and these different characters like in grown up, is just like, wow. But the barbershop characters got to be at least 100 by now.
At least 100.
At least 100. But they brought the barbershop characters back. They same guys, same funny. So it's gonna be good. Then you have Ellen's Game of Games. Have you watched that?
Ellen Games of Games?
Yeah, so Ellen DeGeneres, she has a host. She hosts a game show called Ellen's Games of Games.
I don't watch her after her
that debacle.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the games are still pretty interesting, if you will. It's funny to see the contestants competing and all of that. But I get it. She lost a lot of fans after that whole situation.
Yeah.
But it's something to look, and add to the lineup. It comes on Mondays as well. So there's also The Neighborhood on CBS with our homeboy Cedric the Entertainer. There's Bob Hart's Abishola, that also comes on CBS. These are my go-to shows, man. Monday,
because I ain't never heard of
love sitting and watching. And I've already mentioned All Rise, that comes on CBS as well. CBS owns it on Monday. CBS and Fox with 911 coming on now, but CBS owns it on Monday. And then, of course, you switch to NBC on Tuesdays, because you got This Is Us and all of that. Then on Wednesdays, you got Chicago Wednesday with Chicago Med, Chicago Fire, Chicago PD. You got great shows. Thursday is a snooze fest, like the Super Bowl performance, because there ain't nothing on Thursdays.
Oh, really?
And then not for me.
Okay.
And I mean, on no network, none of them have anything good on. And then, of course, on Fridays, I just really watch Blue Bloods with Tom Selleck and Donnie Wahlberg. Yeah, but I mean, it's a great show. Anything about cops and all that, like, I really get into, just to kind of see how they've adapted to the COVID situation, and then how they've adapted to the whole Black Lives Matters movement change and all that. And you see the growth in these shows. Like, they've really adapted how they produce and showcase these police officers in these cop shows, just so they adapt to what's actually going on. Because back in the day, and this is season 10, I think, of Blue Bloods, where the cast is pretty much still the same, but you see how they've grown up from being just regular hard ass cops to being people a bit more compassionate. They're more understanding. They're not as rough with the community anymore. You see how Tom Selleck, who plays the chief of the police for NYPD, you see how he adapts to everything. So it's fun shows to watch. So that's my What You're Watching. It's sponsored by Jaito Entertainment Group. Make sure you guys check them out, JaitoEntertainmentGroup.com. What's going on in What's Trending, Miss Mia?
Listen, again, what's trending is y'all being clean, honey. What's trending is taking baths, honey, and wearing the right garments. But really, listen,
not the white garments.
Because I'm so sick of y'all. Y'all don't be like Dion Kipling, honey, and we can see your penis print. So what's trending is...
Yeah, I don't think he was wearing underwear.
Yeah, he wasn't wearing underwear. But again, I'm all good for, a jogger. But I want what I see.
So is it okay for guys to wear the onesie?
No, you ain't wearing... Don't wear no onesie.
So what's the problem with the onesie for... Well, no, you don't have to be a baby to wear. Why can women wear onesies? But
because we're women, it's just not. It's just.
I'm talking about the jumper, not the pajamas.
What kind of jumper? What you talking about? Like overalls?
Yeah, so something like overalls.
Overalls is fine. I'm thinking you talking about a onesie.
No, not the baby onesie. No, not.
But they do have the pajama onesie.
Yeah.
Because if you wear a onesie, or I see anybody I know wearing a onesie, I'm gonna shade you. Because that's what I'm called to do.
No, I'm talking about the jumper.
Overalls. You talking about overalls?
Yeah.
Overalls are fine. Men wear overalls all the time. My daddy used to wear overalls.
Really?
He would. He used to mow the lawn in a suit, a 3-piece suit. He
No
would.
way.
I promise to God.
He didn't get hot.
He didn't care.
Wow.
My daddy was a man of excellence, and everything he did in a 3-piece suit. It was very seldom that I ever saw him in overalls.
Wow.
Very, very seldom. But I do know that overalls, men are wearing them. They're not trending. They're not in.
No, they're not
But
trending.
if you want to wear one, I'm not gonna shade you. You know, I would shade the onesie now, honey, because you know I'm a shade tree, and I would shade the onesie, honey. But please don't wear no onesie. Because I'm going to talk about you.
Well, you know, I saw that women were throwing shade for guys who were wearing the jumpers. The ones that, you know, they...
Overalls?
Yeah, the overalls, jumpers, whatever it's called. They were shading because they thought it was too gay and it's too immature, all of those things. And I'm like, if women wear it, then why can't a man wear a jumper as well?
That's crazy to say, though, Drew. We wear bras and y'all don't wear 'em.
Well, some do. I'm just kidding.
Some need to, because some of these
Right,
men
some
that's
need
walking around here look like they wear 36C.
Yeah,
So
we hope they get it together.
I want them to get it together because it is so easy to look good. It is very easy to look good. First you want to start with a good old bath. Okay, we want to go ahead and bathe. That's the first thing.
So how
we
should
want to
we
do.
bathe?
You first of all, women. See, I can't really dive into it like I want to because of time.
Mm-hmm.
But you get in there and you bathe. You lather yourself up. And you do it 2 rounds, and then you rinse off. You get out and you get you some good lotions. And see, some people think that putting lotions in certain areas is gonna cover up the odor. It's not. And some places you don't need to put these scented fragrances. They don't go
It's
there.
called the lotion bath.
Yes, you can do that. I use personally coconut oil. I do put that on my skin, and I have a bathrobe that will soak that up. But what's trending is oversized shirts. Those are trending for women. What else is trending is maxi dresses. Something that I hate is these scrunchy pants. Have you seen the women wear the scrunch? I hate them doggone scrunch
I thought
pants.
they were bringing it back in style.
Oh my God. If I see another person wear them scrunch pants, I hate them scrunch pants. They are not trending, y'all. Please stop wearing it. Please stop wearing them scrunch pants. What else is trending? Big bags, hobo bags, those are trending.
Of course.
Yes. The beanie that you have on your head, that is trending like
why I
a
brought
lot.
it.
And you look so good. You
Thank
look so
you.
cute. I like the whole, it's like simple, but like, okay.
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to get over to Miss Juanita's House of Hair Breeding and
Oh, that's why you
Twist.
got it on.
Yeah, so I had to,
But
you
you
know,
look cute. You did a good
thank you.
job.
I had to throw it together.
Drew, they want to know in the comments how old you are.
39.
He's 39. He's 39 years old. For the listeners, honey.
39.
Yes, he's good in season.
Seasoned.
Hallelujah. He has been seasoned.
Seasoned.
Honey. Listen,
Blessed
honey.
and highly flavored.
And flavored here. Him and my mama will get along with these snooze fest shows to be watching. But anyway, y'all listen.
Don't talk about my show.
Listen, so boring. If y'all want to know what I'm watching, y'all go on and DM me, honey, because I be watching all the good shows. Drew be watching
No,
these shows.
good shows to her is Real Housewives of Atlanta and all of
Listen,
that. That's
Real
not good.
Housewives, Married at First Sight.
All the reality shows.
Oh
That's
my
a snooze
God.
fest. You might as well just watch the Super
that's
Bowl
what the-
halftime show over and over.
No, people want to hear about this stuff because I go in. You need to watch me on Wednesday. Tomorrow night it's going down. I watch Married at First Sight. What's that other show I like? Love After Lockup. You ain't never seen that?
I'm not watching that foolishness.
See, you and my mama will get along because my mama watched.
She
Blue
like
Bloods.
crime shows. She like crime TV too.
She loves.
Oh yeah, I watch
crime
Forensic Files late at night, all night.
You and my mom just call my mama, and my mama will talk your
I
head to
love
death.
Forensic Files.
Me, I'm watching Real Housewives of everything.
You can
I got
have
the
it.
tea on everybody.
It's just it gets boring after a while
It's not
because they're
boring.
talking about the same thing over and over. Oh, you did this. Oh, you did that. You said this. You said that.
No.
Oh, you talked to him. You did. I'm like, come on now.
That
They
is
can't
not
come up
it.
with a new storyline.
They have storylines, Drew. If you sit down
It's
and watch
made up storylines.
it, it's okay. How about we make a deal?
What?
How about if I watch one of your shows, you'll watch one of my shows?
Okay, that's the deal.
Okay. Let's fix one phone.
That's the deal. So I'll watch, and I mean, of course, I keep up to date. I'll see snippets of Real Housewives or whatnot. But just to sit there and watch it all the whole time, no.
Do you watch Chicago PD?
Yeah,
Now I love Chicago PD.
I just told you that's Chicago Wednesday.
Oh, that's Chicago. Oh, okay, I thought you said. Now that's the only one I watch Chicago PD because all the men on there look so good. I just be
Wow.
sitting there talking about, oh my God, he's so fine. Yes, honey.
Wow.
Where's Kevin, honey? Kevin's still on the show.
Kevin's still on the
Baby,
show.
that's my baby daddy.
Officer Atwater.
Officer Atwater is my baby daddy. Do you hear me?
Wow.
He is my side piece. And my
So
husband.
you don't watch the Med and
No.
Fire?
If you ain't got no good look, if you're not good looking, I'm not watching the show.
Well, Med's characters, they swap out, so they get different characters
I'm
on.
not attracted to them. I like Kevin Atwater, honey.
Wow.
That's my baby daddy.
That's funny. You know, you can actually tweet with them too on Wednesdays when the show comes on because they're live.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'm going to tweet. I'm going to be like, Kevin,
Wow.
come on down here.
So that's what's trending, ladies and gentlemen. She always leaves the fellas out, but that's typical.
I
That's
told
my
y'all to
co-host.
bathe.
She just wants you to bathe. That's all that matters to her. But yeah, so let's step it up a little bit though, fellas. You know, we talked about this. Definitely wearing the right underwear so that it goes with what you have on. Make sure your penis print isn't showing.
Please.
Make sure you're protecting yourself.
Especially.
Make sure you're protecting yourself so that you can be good, be able to produce and all of that stuff. Alrighty then. Our music spotlight and talent artist spotlight. You know, we've featured so many different people on this particular segment. But I was looking at our hometown girl, Miss Yolanda Adams. For various reasons. She is not only one of the most dynamic singers, she's also one of the biggest givers. And she doesn't really broadcast a lot that she does behind the scenes and all of the programs and stuff that she does to help people and organizations. So we wanted to shout out and highlight our hometown girl, H-Town's own Miss Yolanda Adams, for our music spotlight and talent artist spotlight. Thank you for all that you do in the community. Thank you for being that voice that represents the Christian community as a whole well. You can sing anything, anywhere. I've never seen a bad performance from you.
I know.
You represent Houston 100% of the time. So shout out to Miss Yolanda Adams. You guys can go to her website, yolandaadamslive.com. You can also listen to her on KTSU radio here in Houston, 90.9 FM, The Choice. She has the Yolanda Adams morning show every weekday morning from 5 to 9. So make sure you guys check her out on ktsradio.com or go to her social media at Yolanda Adams and reach out to her and just show us some love. Let her know we're highlighting her and we spotlighted her in our segment because she deserves it. She's a Jew. We love her. She's been around for a while, but she's always been that down-to-earth, humble, very patient, very diligent. I've never seen her act nasty towards people. As long as I've seen. And then I've also had the opportunity to sing background for her when she came to New Orleans a long time ago. So she's just always been someone I've always admired and look up to. So shout out to Houston's own Miss Yolanda Adams. For more information, go to the DreuxandMiaPodcastShow.com. Also go to our social media at Drew and Mia Podcast Show. You'll see the tribute that we have for Miss Yolanda Adams. So what's going on in Mia's Moments, Mel?
Listen, in Mia's Moment, I want to encourage the parents to continue to do what you know is right. And I'm just saying that because your kids will notice. And I say that because as well, I was telling you about my son Tate, and how he talked about, Mama, when I came over, you raised us, me and Tori, and we want to go to church with you. But when he would go back home, he didn't really go to church because his mom and stepfather, they didn't really go to church. And so I was encouraging some of my followers the other day, and I was just telling them, if you're going to church and you're leading your household in the way of the word and the way of the Bible, your children don't have a want. And the reason I'm saying this is because I'm a product of my mother making me and forcing me to go to church. And I'm glad that she did that because the scripture says to train up a child in the way that it should go. And when he is old, he will not depart. But the thing about it is, if he does depart, it's not for a long time. The child ends up coming back. And so I just want to encourage parents all across the land to continue to teach your children what is right, to continue to lay the foundation foundation. Children need a foundation. Children need a structure. Right now, we're living in a day and time where it's uncertain. We don't know what's going to happen tomorrow,
Right.
but you have to keep structure. You have to keep children on the straight and narrow. And my daughter, she tells me all the time, now that she sees some of her friends, because I'll just tell a quick story. One of her friends that she was friends with since she was like 4. And now they're 13. Her friend, came out to her and she told her that, she was gay and she liked other girls. And so I have always raised my daughter. I don't care what someone's lifestyle is. You do not be nasty to them or be mean to them. And she said, Mama, I just told her, we can still be friends, because the girl knew that Eden went to church. And so the girl felt like Eden was going to say, I don't want to be your friend now because now you told me, you came out that you was gay. And so I was so proud of Eden. Eden told her, she said, I'm still going to be your friend.
Right.
She said, even though I don't go that way, she said, I don't look at you any different. She said, I look at your heart. And she told the girl, that's how my mom, raised me. And she even told her, she said, my mom used to be gay. She was like, so I would never, turn you away or not be your friend.
Turn my back on you.
Exactly. Yeah. And so it is important. That's why I want to encourage parents. Sometimes, you may feel like your back is up against the wall and you just tired of really having a structure and laying that foundation. No, it may seem like the kids are not listening, but it's still, the Bible says that we have a charge to keep and a God to glorify. So you still have a charge. You still have a responsibility.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
so I want to encourage parents all across the world to continue to do what you know is right, because I promise you, children are listening. They may not show it now, but it is going to be a situation that happens where they're going to come back and say, Mom, this happened. And because of what you taught me and because of what you instilled in me and because you instilled morals and values in me, I was able to make this decision. So don't give up. Don't give in. Continue to encourage your children and lay the foundation. And I promise you, all will be well.
So what do you say to the parents who feel that because their child did stray away, they carry that guilt, they carry the blame because they feel that something that they may have done or said caused that child to stray away or caused that child to, have to go through those challenges? What do you say to the parent who feels the guilt, feels the blame for that child?
I would just say that you can't go back. You can only move forward. And I'll say what I said the last segment. The will of God is ultimately going to be done. At some point, Emilio felt like Tate going to jail was like, well, maybe I could have done this or maybe I could have done that. You cannot beat yourself up because, again, essentially the will of God is going to be done. And we don't know why the Lord is allowing this situation to happen or that situation to happen, because like me, look at me. I grew up with parents who were in the church. Daddy a bishop, mother's an evangelist. My parents traveled all across this country internationally, speaking about God, ministering and doing all of that. They instilled morals and values in me.
Did they ever feel like it was something that they did wrong to cause you to veer away?
My daddy never did. My daddy always knew that I would come back. My mother, for a little bit, blamed herself. She did blame herself. She did wonder, like, why is my daughter gay? Like, I think for her, it was the ultimate betrayal. For her, it was like, and because at the time her friends were talking about it, and sometimes as parents you can use your children as trophies. I want my child to look like this, and my child is perfect, and because I have done that, and Eden has had to tell me, because Eden is a straight A student. Like, she's the smartest person in her class. She's been gifted and talented, and so I always push her, and she's had to say, Mom, I am a kid. Like, you put so much pressure on me, and I have to step back and be like, okay, Mia, you have to lay the foundation. You have to show her what's right. And essentially the choice is hers to whether she wants to apply it. And so I had to like explain it to my mom when we got to a better place, because I didn't speak to my mother for like 3 months. We had a huge fight, and she called me all, kind of names, derogatory, but she was unlearned. She was ignorant to the fact. And a lot of times when you go up in church people are ignorant to a lot of things that they say.
Absolutely.
And that's because that's how they were raised and trained. And so as you were talking about writing a book, I'm also writing a book about my life journey and things that I've been through and things that I've seen, and to help other people who are dealing with that. And so, she blamed herself, and she was like, I'm not going to have these people talking about you. You're ruining my reputation and this, that, and the third. And it was nothing but God that like basically touched her. And I remember one Sunday night, because me and my brother had fell out as well, but he was the youth pastor at Fountain of Praise.
Okay.
And this is what crazy. Let me show you how God worked. He began to be the youth pastor. Well, a youth of his was gay. And so he had to learn how to deal with a young adult that was gay.
Known
But
gay. He
the person was known
displayed
gay,
the okay.
displayed gay, but yet he did not understand me. So it was about 3 months. I didn't talk to my mom. I didn't talk to my brother. The
Yeah.
only person I talked to was my sister Joanne and Alvanita and my dad, because my dad never shunned me away. And then one night at church, I'll never forget. My brother stood up and he said he publicly apologized. He said, I did my sister so wrong. He said, I did not understand. He said, I don't understand homosexuality. He said, I don't understand it. I don't like it. I didn't grow up like that. So I shunned her away. Like, and they would cry. Like, my family would cry, like, why are you like this? What made you like this? And I didn't have an answer. And I would cry because I didn't know what to say. I just knew that that's at the time what I liked.
Yeah.
And he stood up and he apologized. My mama apologized. And from then on, I still had a girlfriend. And they all accepted my girlfriend until the Lord dealt with me. And I knew, okay, this is not the lifestyle for me. And I'm not, that's why on my platform, Drew, I don't speak for other people.
Right.
It
right.
may be your thing to be gay. But for me, I knew that being in a same-sex relationship was not what God had for me. God had other things for me, and he released me from that. The Bible says he'll make a way of escape. And he absolutely did that. And so my mother is really what have encouraged me, and we made it better. We began to talk, and I began to share with her. You made me feel like this. And now I have that open dialogue with my child. And I want to say this too and encourage parents. Have an open dialogue with your children.
And that's the problem. I think they're scared.
They are scared to talk to their parents.
Talk to them. I don't know if it's because they just feel uncomfortable or if they're just afraid to hear what they're actually going to say.
Yep.
But I agree. Definitely have the conversation. You could learn a lot by
Because
talking.
my mother wouldn't even ask me. Like, I know one night I had my friend. I would tell my mother my young girlfriend was just my friend.
Yeah.
And I asked my mom if she can stay over there. So I know that my mom heard us, like, making out. I know she heard sounds, but my mother was so disgusted. She couldn't even say, are you gay? Like, she couldn't even say that. She only told me when she was in Fiesta, and somebody, she was in Fiesta, and somebody from our, Kojic Church saw her and told her, do you know I saw Mia in Walmart holding hands with a girl? And that's what really ticked her off. And she came home and she was like, oh, so you want to be a lesbian in my house? So she, how black mothers,
Right.
oh, so you think you're going to be living a same-sex relationship? I ain't raised no lesbians. I didn't raise no gay children. And I was like, what? And that day I moved out. It was the saddest moment. Like, me and my mother had never had an argument like that. I moved out. I put my clothes in some in a garbage bag and some like in a suitcase. And I was working like a little part-time job, but I had refused. Me and my girlfriend, we got an apartment together and we moved in, and my mother was heartbroken because she never thought that I would move out like that. But it was because we couldn't communicate. So that's why now when people ask me, why do you say certain things around Eden? Because I want her to know, and Eden feel comfortable talking. She'd be like, Mama, guess what happened? And I'd be like, all ears. And she'll even tell me, if it's about anything. Because she knows I'm not going to get upset. I'm going to listen to her. But she fears me because she respects me. And a parent, when you have a child that does not fear you or respect you, you have a problem. Your children should fear you to a certain extent. They should know, I don't want,
Not fear, but reverence. Respect.
True, reverence.
Yeah.
And so she knows, like, I want her to hear what you have to say, but she know Mama don't play that.
Right.
So she ain't finna play them games with me. So I just want to encourage all the parents out there in social media land to still lay the foundation. I don't care what's going on.
Please.
Lay the foundation.
Our children are so lost right now with this whole pandemic. So please talk to them. Make sure they're okay. I mean, the mental illness numbers, those suicide, all of that has increased drastically during this pandemic. So please talk to your children. If you need resources, you need help, you're not sure what to say, how to say it, reach out to us. We will connect you with our friends over at NAMI, over at United Way, Covenant House. We've built great relationships with them. Just reach out for the help so that we can help you be able to help your children. Well, that's that on that. We've enjoyed having you guys join us on social media. Make sure you go to the website, www.DreuxandMiaPodcastShow.com. Connect with us on social media at Drew and Mia Podcast. That's DREUX. ANDMIA podcast show. Again, the website is www.DreuxandMiaPodcastShow.com. Until next time, know that we love you guys and we appreciate all that you all are doing to help us build and grow. And we hope to be able to connect with you all in person soon. Anything you want to leave with the people, Miss Mia?
Listen, peace over perturbed, y'all. That's my motto for 2021. Love and light.
Love you guys. Thank you. Bye-bye.